For our final review video, we're going to look at solving two-step equations, and again, we're going to focus on building the equation. So our first practice one is 2x plus 3 equals 7. Notice I still have my vertical line at the equal sign. My first step is to build the equation, so I have 2x plus 3 equals 7. Now my goal is to isolate that variable. The first thing I need to do is get rid of my 3 yellows. So I'm going to pair them with 3 negatives. If I do that on the left side of the vertical line, I need to do the same thing on the right side. And now I look for 0 pairs. I just mark those out. I'm now left with 2x equals 4. Well, the way that I have written this, or drawn it, is it allows me to see that 1x is 2. So I know x equals 2. And that's my final answer. Let's look at the next problem. 3x minus 4 equals 5. Again, I draw that vertical line, and I'm going to set up my problem. 3 x's, 4 red ones, and 5 yellow ones, because that minus 4 is really a negative 4. Okay? We want to get rid of those red squares. So to do that, I'm going to pair them with yellow squares. If I add 4 yellow squares to the left side of the equation, I need to do the same thing on the right side of the equation. And then I have my 0 pairs taken out. And again, the way I've set this up, I can easily see that 1x equals 3 of the yellow pieces. So I know x equals 3. Okay, our second problem, x divided by 3 plus 4 equals 6. So I'm going to draw this out. Notice that I have drawn 1/3 x, because x divided by 3 would just be a third of an x. It would not be the whole x. Okay? And I have my 6 ones on the other side. And I want to get rid of those yellow pieces on the left side first. So I'm going to pair them with red squares. If I put 4 red squares on the left side of the equation, then I need to do the same thing on the right side. Now I find my 0 pairs that will cancel out. And I'm left with 1/3 x, or x divided by 3, equals 2. Well, I want a whole x. So if I've got a third and I want a whole, I need to add another and then a second one. Now we'll notice when I added those, I also added the 2 ones on the other side of the equation so that you could see that. Let me show that to you again if I can. Takes a minute. When I added that 1/3, I also had to go in and add the 2 there. Then I added another third, and I added the 2 again. Okay? So you can see that. That means that I have x equals 6. Let's see one more that's kind of like this. X divided by 2 minus 4 equals 6. So I'm going to set this up as 1/2 and then 4 red squares equal to 6 yellow squares. The first thing I need to do is get rid of those red squares. So I'm going to pair them with yellow squares. If I do that on the left side of the equation, I need to do the same thing on the right side of the equation. Now I'm going to look at my 0 pairs, and I'm going to get rid of them. And if I have half x equals 10, and I want to know what whole x equals, then I need to add another half x. When I do that, though, I have to take the 10x that I already have, and I have to double that. I need to add 10 more to that side, or the 10 ones, sorry, not x's. So I have a whole x equals, and you can count them or you can multiply, it doesn't matter to me, but it equals 20. Okay? We're going to do a lot more of these in class and get us ready to start 8th grade next week. So do some more practice problems.